Okay.
Go live. Oh, let me play the music.
Stadium lights glisten like disco balls. Quarterback flows dodging D-line walls. End zone dreams in the hearts of teams. Hustle on the field, ain't no in-betweens. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes. Echo, cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd in trances, game time magic, endless chance. As the football spirals, fate unravels, heartbeats sink, players travel, grind don't stop, whistle blows echo, field warriors, the heroes, echo. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand, grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes, victory's a taste, better than a rope. Cheers rain loud, pride in the crowd, moments freeze, memories are vowed. Helmet to helmet, clash and conquer, legends born, others left to ponder. As the football spirals, fate unravels, heartbeats sink, players travel, grind don't stop, whistle blows echo, field warriors, the heroes, echo. Cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd in trances. Game time magic, endless chance. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes, echo. Hey, heroes, echo. Come on, come on, come on. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand. Grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes. Victory's a taste, better than a rope.
Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the As the Football Spirals. I am here with Bianca, and we're going to have a great episode. We had a lot of action go on this past weekend as well with the Ducks, the Falcons, the Chargers, the Bruins, and one more week left in the regular season for the spring, and then we got our summer kicking off, and very excited. Lots of positive things happening. Frazier's coming a little later. He'll be on shortly, so we'll just be waiting for his arrival. He's with his kids right now. But without further ado, I want to introduce Bianca. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you being here. So
I appreciate you for having me.
awesome. So it's yeah, just really want to kind of chat with you for a little bit, and I just want to let you know that it's awesome seeing you out there doing your thing, and I love it, and it's something really cool. I remember the very first episode we actually had Bailey on, and we were talking about you, and you had your first sack in the scrimmage, which was pretty exciting. So, what do you think about? How was that feeling? First of all, having like that first action and
Oh
getting
my
in there.
goodness. Originally it was supposed to be a no contact to the quarterback because again it was supposed to be just a scrimmage, and during that play it was 3 plays in total. The two before that I kind of was about to make it through, but I just kept missing it. And something about this third play, I was looking at the quarterback and he's looking right at me, and I'm looking at him like, yeah, I'm coming for you right now. And it was like the most perfect moment. The two linemen legitimately just moved to the sides and I just bursted right through. I was not expecting to make any contact and I just hit. And I stopped myself before a full hit happened and he fell.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking around like, oh, I'm gonna get in so much trouble because I know how important it is not to touch a quarterback. So I'm looking around like, Oh goodness. And I'm just seeing everyone so happy and I'm like, wait, I'm not in trouble?
Right? Hey, that's awesome though. Like when you're playing the game, it's so hard to like turn it down too because you're so the adrenaline's pumping and you're
And like I was
excited.
already in the
So
mindset, like I'm going right there.
yeah, and it's hard. Like as a coach, it's hard to keep my players on defense. Like don't hit the quarterback. Yeah, it's like the hardest thing to do because you want to. That's what your job is, like get the quarterback. So
Exactly. It's so hard when I'm even when I'm told don't do it. It's like, what? Wait,
right.
what?
So, but that's pretty cool. That's awesome. And so you've been going on the season for the Chargers. I know that you guys had a kind of a rough start to the season, but it seems like you guys are gelling a lot with great camaraderie and stuff. Um, how have you enjoyed the season so far? I know it's not like the outcomes you guys wanted, but what do you?
It was never the outcome that we wanted, for sure. A lot of we're making a lot of mistakes as a team. And eventually, we finally ended up working together instead of separate, where it's offense and defense. We ended up just merging together, working on it together, figuring it out, helping one and versus the other. Regardless of what you played, you were getting helped,
Yeah, that's
whether it's on
awesome.
the field and even off the field.
And you're gonna get that with like younger teams as long as they have that good foundation, and it's something that's kind of talked a lot about because I started, with the Hurricanes. I think we went like 1-9 the first year, the 2016. Then we built like a perennial playoff team, and then 2001 we basically had to build all over again. But we had like the core guys in that core group of people, and we went another 1-9 season, and then we went into winning a championship in 2023, which was like a great way to turn around and build. But I feel like a lot of teams they don't want to. A lot of players, I blame Kevin Durant for this way back when Kevin Durant was. I'm old now, but Kevin Durant just like went to superstar teams and win a championship. And I feel like a lot of players have that mentality. It's like, oh, I'm just going to ride the bench for a great team instead of trying to build on the foundation that you've built. And I think you guys have a very strong foundation. Bailey does a great job with what she does off the field, and that's going to correlate to things on the field. And I think if you guys just stick together, you guys are going to do a really good and have a really good future for you
Oh
guys. So,
yeah, I
um,
couldn't agree more with you on that. You
I'm
know, especially coming this last game we just had, and I know going into this our last one, it's you're gonna see a huge difference than what it was the first 2 weeks versus these last 2 weeks.
yeah, yeah. Like, have you
You know,
guys have? I always tell teams like you're going to face adversity throughout the season. I mean, every team has faced adversity throughout the season, and besides the Falcons, they've been pretty consistent. They haven't faced much adversity. But
nothing.
overall,
They are minding their business, staying out the way,
yeah, oh, absolutely, and
just doing what they were came to do.
yep, Ivan does a great job, and I've always loved Ivan. I met him when he beat me in the first championship game in 2017, I think it was, and then he had started his own team, started the Falcons. I was like, I like you. You're going to be. He's a really good coach. Just I like his personality, his demeanor, and I feel like he's going to be a good leader that people want to follow. And I think that's what players look for in organizations is people that are good people that people want to follow. And I think that Ivan's done that, and his team, as it speaks volumes. They've been tearing it up this
Mhm.
week, and you guys play them. What do you think? How's the difference of them compared to like the Warhawks? If you were like see the difference in teams.
Well, sadly, I wasn't at our Warhawks game. I was
Oh
dealing with
no.
family matters. I know, I was so upset. But playing against the Falcons was easily one of my top three favorite games that we played all season.
Yeah.
Um, so we had a lot of heart going into it. We were working hard. I know that. And how they are, they're just very well collected. They're put together, excellent organization run by an amazing owner, coaches, and along with, they had a great quarterback, David Donahue. So I feel like the leadership was there, the coordination was there.
Frazier
So
doesn't think he's a great quarterback, by the way, just so you'll know. Dave, I hope you're watching this. So yeah, we like busting
my
his balls on
son.
that. So you are playing semi-pro football. Speaking of the devil, we got Frazier logging in right now, and I'm gonna need to add him to this. You're playing semi-pro football.
Hmm.
You are the let's see, you are the only girl that I know in this league right now, or I don't think another girl has played in the ECFL. I'm trying to remember, but you have the record for probably the most snaps as a female in the league. And then last week you got a carry. Is that correct?
Yes, I didn't go far, but I did go somewhere.
So that is now you said it's the league um, record for most carries in the game by a female, and and
Yep,
hey, that's
I'll
something to
take the
be proud
title.
about.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, he's another one that's going to be. This is going to. So Frazier, I am putting you in right now, and I haven't put you on off of mute yet, so you're going to have to just be on quiet. But anyways, let's welcome Frazier. How are you, man?
Going on, bro? How are you?
I'm good. Good.
How are you doing?
Hi,
Welcome
how are
aboard.
you?
Hey, how
We're,
are you?
I'm good.
we're here with Bianca. So Bianca plays for the
Is
Chargers,
it
as you
V?
know. V.
V
Yep.
as or B?
V.
Okay.
V for
That's
victory.
what's up.
So just so you know, my daughter's name starts with a V too. So that's good. I got a Vivian Bianca. So that's a cool name.
Sorry
So
for the tardiness.
I had to shout her out because she does listen to this sometimes.
All right.
My son always listens to it, and my son Frazier thinks that you're AI because you keep blurring out on your thing. He's like, Frazier, is
Wow.
Frazier AI? I was like, no, you've met him before. What are you talking about? So, anyways, Bianca, so you had the first carry last week. Didn't get far, but you got somewhere, which is great. What was? Tell me a little bit about your background. Like, what made you decide to join a men's football league? How'd you get here?
So I originally started off playing with the WFA. Um, the team I was on, I guess you would consider it one, as we just changed names and ownership. But in technicality, it'd be three teams total. I just didn't make it through with the third team. So when it came to the original one, I got a phone call asking to be the 11th player. I agreed, despite the situation I was in, and it ended up being one of the best things I've done. I became a really good at being a lineman. I was playing both offense and defense line, and it wasn't too bad, but it was a lot of drama. It happens to every team, And assuming that this was also a starter up team, drama was bound to happen. We go into the second team with new ownership and a new name, fresh slate. I my experience, is obviously going to be different from everyone else's on that team, you know, but I ended up dealing with a lot of accusations that were false. And instead of leaving it where it was starting to make an impact on the field. And I just could not cope with that any further. And I ended up snapping and making a remark saying, I wrestled with high school boys that have it more together than you guys. And it just kind of clicked in my head there like, wait, I can go do that again. So I made a phone call to the Worcester Wildcats because I lived in Worcester, figured it'd be super convenient. I said, hey, is there any rule that says I can't come and play? And there was no rule, and I went to go play for the NEFL Worcester Wildcats.
Awesome, that's cool. And then you ended up. How long were you with the Wildcats for?
I was with them for 2 seasons.
Okay.
So I was with them last season before their official folding.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I know Dennis personally. Dennis has always been a great person, and having him fold the team is always tough. And it's never. I mean, he's been doing it a long, long time. He's been good for a long, long time. And to talk about facing adversity, he was a guy that had way back in the day, probably before you were even born. He had Chris Chambers as his wingman. Like he was the co-owner, and then he went off and built the Worcester Fury, and then they built the I'll beat your ass. I'm sorry, reading the comments. And then he built the Fury, then which ended up being the Marlboro Shamrock. So he lost a lot of players, but Dennis always had a competitive team. He's always had a great job, so I'm very proud of what he did And thank you, Dennis, if you are watching, which I don't know if you are, but he had a great run, and it's always tough to fold something that you've done for so long. And like for me, it hurt, and like I can only imagine for him, he just kind of had to close up shop. But you ended up being a free agent, and that's when you found the Chargers. And tell me about how you picked the Chargers and why you went to the Chargers. What was the
So it would actually go back into, what year would this be? 2022. Nope, 2023. There we go, 2023. I was, you know, in the NEFL forums, chit chatting, and I see a turkey bowl pop up. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go play. It's going to be a fun charity game. I'm doing a good thing. Because I always enjoy doing good things on holidays. So,
right?
anywho, Bailey ended up realizing that I was the girl that played in the NEFL. It was super exciting for her. Tex as well. He was excited and he said, I want her to come over here. I want her on my line. So I ended up playing for the charity game and it opened more doors, more opportunities for me. More charity games came. And then she seen I kind of struggled with finding proper fit and a proper grounding. I know I belonged here. I just could not figure out what would be the best team for me.
Yeah,
And she told me, come to the Chargers. I said, oh, no, I'm not ready yet. And she said, okay. She came back again. Hey, come to the Boston Chargers. I keep telling you. I was like, no, I'm not ready yet. Okay. And it happened a good like 7, 8 times. And then I was like, you know what? I'm coming to the Boston Chargers. And I don't regret it at all. The organization they run is completely opposite than what's being seen online. When we're out there, they take it so serious. They don't play around. They're very old school, but accepting of me. So I want to say old school. I think they'd be more in tune. Tex was the one who actually told me go into tackle. I looked at him crazy because I did not believe I could be successful at tackle based on my stature, my size, and of course where we are. Me as a woman, men as men. And I looked at him like, sure, yes, do it. And last, that's when I ended up making that sack in the scrimmage.
yeah. That's
That's when I realized I'm right where I belong.
perfect. That's awesome. So, Frazier, yeah, we can ask something. Oh, I thought you were.
No,
Oh, is Frazier on mute? Are you muted? Hold on.
I can hear him.
Oh, you can. I can't. Interesting. Um.
Are probably weird
Oh, there you go.
with
I
all
got
what
you
you're doing.
now.
You still haven't figured this out. You figured
I.
out the set, which is kind of lit, though. I have to give you that. Figure out the
Right?
set.
I think
I
the
love
set
it.
is awesome.
I love it. You've come.
I
You've come a long way in the 4 weeks we've been doing this.
I've
So
been.
Bianca, I want to personally give you props for going into uncharted territory. I mean, as a woman, coming to a men's game, and keeping your head up, and not just like quitting. You know what I mean? A lot of times, and some people may be mad, but there's guys who will go through the same situation you're going through and be like, I don't know the Charger side. I'm just saying from listening to your story, we'll just quit and give up because they're just saying like, hey, listen, man, I just don't want to do this anymore. And I think your perseverance is a testament to not only you as a woman, but to the person that you are. And I think being in the ECFL and coming from the NEFL, personally, I hate the Worcester Wildcats, but that's a whole other story for a whole other time. But I just want to say congratulations, man. I really think that you're a trailblazer, and maybe you could spearhead something else. And I'm just jumping ahead. Maybe there's a women's league that we can bring, or maybe flag football, maybe something that we can do to bring women to the sport. Because again, the women love football. You can't count
There,
out women
there
who
is
could.
a women's league, the WFA, and obviously anyone who's watching
Yeah,
that plays, because I know there are women watching.
yeah.
Um, I think it's called the WNFA.
Okay,
I, I could be wrong, or WNFC. It's one of those.
okay.
But those two leagues are all women.
I think we need to really kind of support women in this role. I'm not, and again, John knows time and effort and what we tried to do. And I think growing the game of football, I think this is what we're doing is probably bigger. And this is probably a conversation that's going to happen offline. but it's probably a conversation that we need to have that says, hey, listen, we need to support, because just listening to you, you remind me of the story of like me. Like, I'm an immigrant. I came from Jamaica. You know what I mean? I had nothing when I came here, and I persevered to where I am right now. And having that mentality, just like, you got to grind. You know, a lot of people are
Yep.
going to tell you not. A lot of people are going to tell you no, but finding somebody that tells you yes gives you opportunity. And when you get to that opportunity, you're going to give it your all to be the best that you can. I mean, you're going up against men, which is a little different, but you're still out here grinding. Like, hats off to you. You know, 100%. I saw some film. I was like, wait, is that? Yeah, that okay. That's what's happened. So shout out to Tex for giving the opportunity. You know what I mean? I really think that's great. My question to you is, as a woman being in football, right?
Mhm.
Everybody, and the perspective for me, I'm going to ask you this: like, what are some things you think, coming from the female side of it, you think you would like to see change in the game? That you, again, I don't know what position you play, but I'm just looking at, for me personally, I have my own things that, oh, we
Mhm.
could do this, or we could do that, we could do this. From a different perspective, though, what do you think like we can change in football to make it A, more exciting, B, more entertaining, and B and C, get more people, women, men, children, involved in the game so they can enjoy it.
Well, as you say, people should be more acknowledged to women's football, right? Well, just you see how long it took for football to even be on national TV,
Right,
but see how quick it was for women to get it on there,
right,
because there's the structure. They're a type of organization that does not play around, does not tread lightly on anything. They don't condone really much of anything.
okay,
Even a fight and you're done. Like, I do respect their league for that, and I feel like if we had that, it would make it more fun.
okay,
I mean, of course, it's going to be annoying because changes might have had to be made, but it would still be fun. It'd be safer, which is also important for family friendly. Because again, the sport football itself is watched by people who work all day, 40-hour jobs plus 40-plus hour jobs. Let me correct myself. And this is their way to get relief, is to watch it. But they don't want to sit and watch a fight. If they want to watch a fight, they can go watch UFC. They can go watch WWE. They came
yeah,
here to watch football. So we
right.
bring it back to that. That's when everything will start going into play.
Um, um, I can't even. That,
Work
that's
first,
A-
play later.
Absolutely.
John.
That yeah,
John, I don't think we can disagree with anything she just said.
love it. So, um, you did play the WFA, right? And is that kind of like a goal for you in the future to think about, like, kind of getting back into that? Do you think that's something that you see
I
yourself?
right. I do most likely for the before I end up retiring altogether. I probably will end up reaching out to the WFA and saying, I don't want to go WFA. We're going WFA Pro. Where are you going to put me?
Mhm. I
That's
love
really
that.
what's going to come down to. I'll do it for 3 years and then I'll be done. That
Love
will
the
be where I
attitude.
end it.
Yeah.
I started there. I'll probably end there, but I'll definitely be enjoying the ride while I'm here
Yeah.
Why 3 years? Why not? Why not longer?
because
Or
I'm here.
shorter?
Because I'm
Or
here.
shorter?
I
Okay,
have intentions to be here.
okay,
I'm not done yet.
okay.
Frazier's like 80 and he still plays. So, yeah.
Bro,
Exactly. I keep
bro.
telling people I'm going to retire at 30, but that's not going to happen. I think I'm
Yeah.
just going to do what everyone else says, have 4 retirements, and then I'll retire.
Yeah, yeah. That's. I don't think I've ever said the word retirement ever. It has crossed my mind simply because just work, family. You know, like time. Time is so important. So little time, but for the most part, the word has only crossed my mind. I've never said it out loud, but I think this year is my year of like, it's played more in the back of my mind. Like, should I be doing? I mean, what, dude? I've been doing this since 2000? God, 90, 98.
2004.
No,
Oh,
no, 98. I
Pro.
started playing football.
Yeah.
No, I started playing football in 98 in Florida.
Oh,
Yeah,
right when
what
I
I
was
miss is,
that's when I was born. That's insane.
You're right.
You
Exactly.
you know what?
And hold on, time out. Hold on. You started playing football in '98. You were born in '98. I graduated high school in '98. That's crazy.
I was in high school. I wasn't. Cause I came from Jamaica in '96.
Yeah. I just think
No, I
'98's a
lied.
fun
I lied.
year.
I lied. I lied. 96, 98. No, it actually was 2000. When did 9/11 happen? 21.
2001. Yep.
2001.
So it'd be 90. Yeah, I was in ninth grade, 10th grade. Yeah, 2001. I started playing football. Tied
Wow.
at a DN in mainland high school. I started.
All
Semi-pro though,
right.
04. 04. But I've been playing too long. But yeah. But I'm really proud of what you're doing though. I'm really proud of Bianca. I'm really proud of you. As somebody who's been in the game. And if you got 3 years and you retire, hey, more power to you.
No, I
I
mean like that's the last. Like I have like a solid like 10 more in
oh
me.
bet.
That's what I meant.
Bet
Like I got a long time in between that
to figure it out.
before I do the last 3 year run.
I got you. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Gotcha.
What's the
So
what's the best experience? Like, okay, I'll play this. What's the best play you've ever made playing football?
Yeah, it'd be literally the one I just explained, which would be the sack in the beginning
Okay.
of our season with the Boston Chargers. It was just a scrimmage. It was supposed to be primarily a non-contact to the quarterback. It was 3 sessions we were going into for defense. I went through the line first time. I tripped on my own feet. Ah, man, second time I was about there, but still
Yeah.
not there. Okay, we're setting up for the third one. I look up at the quarterback. He's looking me in the eye. I'm like, I nod at him. He nods at me. And right there, I'm like, yeah, I'm on that ass. And the whistle blew. I blew right through. I did not intend to hit him. So when I grabbed his pads and went to go, and I realized, oh, we're not supposed to touch. Tried to stop us, and I'm looking around because you know how it is if you hit a quarterback and you're not supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody gets mad.
That's a
Yeah.
major no go. It's gonna be a stampede. So I'm looking around for the stampede, and I'm just seeing everyone so excited. I'm like, am I not in trouble?
nope, not in trouble. Which is amazing, and that's what football is about. And I think it's great that that people are gravitating towards you and cheering you on, and this is really cool just to see that. So, Frazier, I still have you on here. Did I lose you volume wise?
I hear you both.
Okay, I feel like I just lost him because I lost you here. So that's the one thing I'm not good at. Here you go. I don't know why it's not
I'm
staying
back
over
now.
here. I got you now. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
see, I
what
know, I know.
I don't know what just
Stop
happened.
changing things, bro. Stop changing things.
I know
It's
I'm
because
not
when you
changing
because you
things.
you send to her and you give her the whole screen and then you move back. That's the problem.
Ah, that's what I did. But I don't even see you on my volume. So, anyways, I guess I think it's cool though to have that. I just have to keep turning you on. So it's I kind of
That
was
doesn't
gonna.
sound right. That doesn't sound right, but we're gonna leave it alone.
Oh, you love
Um,
it. So
what's your Facetti? What's like your best play you've ever had?
the best play I ever had,
Yeah,
like ever in the history of football, or like my semi-pro career.
in your history of football.
In
Like
my
you've been playing football since you've been playing football.
um, so my most memorable one is in the flag game. It was like my best playing wise one, and I don't know if that counts flag, but real football, we're
Flag,
playing.
bro.
Dude,
Flag.
it was. I'm telling you, I was like Doug Flutie. It was amazing.
Oh
I
my
was like
god.
scrambling. I was playing quarterback, and I
Yeah.
was scrambling left, scrambling right. I was playing for the Plymouth Hitmen. That was the name of the team way back then. And it was last play of the game. We were, I came in like halftime because the quarterback we had sucked, and I was like, I just let me play. Like, and I was just like running for my life. Anyways, I was scrambled to the left, scrambled to the right, like spun around. Finally dropped back, threw a Hail Mary, and the kid catches it for a touchdown. I thought it was really cool.
No,
Something I always
that's
remember
dope.
about. But the most semi-pro, probably, I mean, probably the one that like sticks out to me the most as a player. We're playing the 2005, playing the Woonsocket Sentinels, and Roy Dickerson
Oh,
was a slot
bro.
receiver, and we're
Yeah.
winning like by 6 points, and I went back at safety. It was me and I think Resens at safety
Yeah.
and Ceslick at corner. I forget who it was, but anyways, they went playing cover two, and I was watching. I knew they were on the smash road, so this was like 4th and 11. I ended up knocking the ball down
Yeah.
to win the
Yeah.
game, and that kept our
Yeah.
undefeated season. So
That
that one,
was that was a good season.
or in 2003, we're playing the All Star game and like on like ice. It felt like in the NEFL, and I was up against Scott Uguglier, who was like 6'4", and I'm like me. I think Scott might have been like 6'7". He was a tall dude. And last play of the game, we're winning. I think it was like 7-0 or something like that. It was like a very very close game. And last play of the game was thrown to the end zone, and I deflected it to to win the game for the All-Star.
You had that money. You had that much ups.
No, it was like a diving play, like dove.
Oh,
Yeah, so
uh,
I didn't jump. No, it was a bad
I
throw.
was like, wait,
But
what? 6'7"?
I
That's
still,
monster. How that?
yeah, he was. But I basically played him man the whole game because
Yeah.
Townsend was the coach of that game, and he was like, "You're playing man tough," and I'm like, "Okay." So
You know,
that
the thing
was
about New England semi-pro, the thing about semi-pro, especially in New England,
yeah.
at some way, somehow, you're gonna come around somebody that you've either played for, played with, played against. Like you start to develop these like acquaintanceship relationships, which means like we're not best friends. We're probably friends on Facebook. I may see you in the game, I may dap you up, but I have no idea who you are besides Fib. And you'll go out, you'll be out in Boston one night and you'll see somebody be like, yo, do I know you? I'm like, bro, I have no idea who you are. It's like, yeah, you play semi-pro. And be like, you know what, bro? I know you. And then next year you see me like, oh man, blah blah. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of acquaintance out there that you know what I mean, that we end up meeting. I say
So
my best play semi-pro, not that I've had a lot. I mean, I've had a lot. But I think my best play semi-pro was when my mom came to our game. We played the Outlaws in Plymouth, and Jimmy threw me a slant. Was it a slant? No, he threw me a hitch. I spun, took it to the crib, and my mom was literally screaming. It was like the first touchdown she ever saw.
I
Me
think
ever
I
score.
have that on film, and I watched that
Yeah,
the other day.
she was like everybody was like, "Dude, who is that?" I was like, "My mom," and everyone was like, "Yep, yep." I didn't hear anything. It was in the middle of the game.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think
now that's probably my
I'm gonna
most. That's my
I'm gonna
most.
upload that. I'm gonna throw it on my new.
Pause. Don't do that. Oh my God.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
see, now
Don't
you're
do
gonna have to upload it and tag all of us so we can
No,
see
Exactly.
it.
don't do that. Don't do
Exactly.
that.
So,
Um,
Bianca, I just want to let you know, your dad says hi. He says he loves you. He posted on here. So, um, good job with everything. And then, yeah, a lot of people give you lots of props. So it's good to see that. Uh, Cuba Morales, I think he was going to try to play for me a couple of years ago, Cuba. So thanks for
That's my
listening.
teammate.
Yeah, I know he reached me out when I was with the Hurricanes a few years ago. He's like, I'm gonna play. He never showed up. I was kind of mad.
is she
So
staying? Is she staying for the whole thing, or you're gonna jump off?
we'll see if we'll see what we have for
Oh,
questions and
because I'm
stuff.
excited.
So
Hey, I want to. I want. A lot of people have been chirping, man. This game with the Bucks. I mean, not the with the Ducks. Everybody's been chirping, man.
yeah.
I
So
know.
do you want?
CT's been chirping, bro.
They showed up with 13 players.
Hey,
Chirping,
I
bro.
will say this. I give a
Kudos to them.
big shout out to those guys that did that, and like with Alex and Dutchy and all those guys there. Like you guys balled out. I watched that game, and I'm not gonna lie, I started rooting for you guys. I was like, you can win this game, and just watching those guys play Iron Man football and knowing like a win and you were in, and you guys like that team, you guys were close to beating them. It was a tough game, and a lot of teams would have given up and folded and let them like steamroll you, but you guys held it together, and I thought you guys played great. So,
Listen, listen. Nobody is happier than the Cardinals, my guy. Nobody right now. Yo, the Cardinals are geek, bro. I was like, so I'm watching the game and I'm like, because the week before I had the Ducks winning and they hold me down, bro.
yeah,
As this game starts going, I just see the form. Like, I was like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. And then the form, boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Yeah,
Come
but the
on now, you
Cardinals.
know after every game it's gonna be a forum visit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just for me. Like, I'm not a form guy. You know what I mean? I think I defended maybe like John on the form like once, and then I hop off because when I talk, I think I talk a little too spicy to people, and I don't want that. I don't want that heat. Oh
That's
man,
why I always tell people, like, let's just not do it in this forum. Just reach out to me, message me.
yeah,
If you really
yeah,
want to ask me these questions, you want to express concerns about me, you can absolutely just talk to me and get to know me. And you can hear, like, I'm super open minded, I'm super understanding, and I'm going to listen.
yeah. But
But as long
these
as you
dudes,
listen as well,
these dudes on the forum don't want to listen.
I
so
They just
know,
want their
I know
point.
this.
I had this conversation just the other day with or today actually with some people, and we're talking about how some people when they read things online, they just
Yeah,
feel disrespected. And I feel like we're in like
yeah,
I listened to a great podcast with Michael Wilbon, and he was like, this culture these days, just it's the disrespect culture. Everybody feels like they're being disrespected because when
yeah,
you're reading
yeah,
things, depends on the mood you're in, you're gonna
yeah.
read
That's
it
how
the
you
wrong
take it.
way. Yeah,
That's
And
how you
like
this
take
is
it. Yeah.
why I compared 37U to Zeus.
okay.
That is the example right there.
Frazier, you
Oh
know
my
Zeus.
god. No,
Frazier,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
Zeus. All right,
That's
I
so
don't,
crazy. How does Frazier
I,
know it and you
I,
don't?
I don't know. I don't like. I've gone by. Yes, no, but 37U. I need 37U to come to the ECFL spring league. I just need them to just run the spring league one time. I need them to run one, just one 37U, just one. It would be
That would be hilarious.
my stomach would probably be like in knots, bro, knots.
It's
I'm
literally a
at,
parody of the NFL. It's great.
if I'm at work and I need like life, I'm like 37U is where I need to be. But yeah, no, I don't. I try not to talk online, and I like to see people talking online because people, like some dudes, like some of the dudes you hear and you see, you're like, bro, you're trash. But then some dudes are really good, and then when they have a bad game, they don't say anything. You know what I mean? So it's all up and down. But I'm happy for the Cardinals. I'm sad for the Ducks because again, like I said, the Cardinals have been rolling, and they just need the opportunity now to see them into that third spot, right? That third spot to see how they do and finish out the rest of the season is going to be very interesting. But man, I really wanted the Ducks to be in there because I think the Ducks would have given some people problems had that. But 13 people, I don't
it's
have it in me
tough.
to go both ways.
I remember the time we played
No, I
quarterback,
don't have it in
Frazier.
me. Going both ways, 13 heads, man.
Remember the time you played
Why do you have to remind me of the negative things in my life? I'm trying to be a positive man. I'm trying to be positive for all the things in my life. You just want to bring
just
up
say,
negativity.
I just wonder if you remember that. So we
Trash. I was in Middleborough too. It was trash.
yeah, we had like 16 players
Horrendous.
and we went
Horrendous.
yeah, it was horrendous,
Horrendous.
but you know what? We
I think I
made it
played
through.
center that game too. I think
You
I played
did.
center.
You played
I
every
played
single
center. Yeah.
position. Yeah.
I will
It
never be
was
caught playing center.
Yo, let me tell you something. I've because of my size, John has and I want to use this word. I want to find the right word to describe Facetti's idea when he sees me on a football field and he thinks I can do something. And the word I want to use is not good, but I'm going to use it in this sense. He prostitutes me to football. That's the best way
That's
I could.
that's a great way to put it.
what
That's
do you
I
mean
don't know
that's not
how to
good?
explain it, but it made
Season. Or you just show up and suit up. Like well,
God no. So actually, guys, at the end of the day, I'm still a mom, so I happen to bring the workouts home. So I've used my own couches for squats. I own some bars. I own, what do they called? The elastic resistance bands. There we go. I also own the weighted wristlets and anklets. So I use them all to my advantage. At the parks where I am, they have a lot of like workout little set areas for the
That's cool.
adults, and I do
That's cool.
use them often. And my son goes to school up a hill, and since we are literally a 5-minute walk, there's no bus, so I walk him to school every day and
That's
walk to
dope.
pick him up.
That's
So
dope.
I am working towards doing sprints up that hill.
Oh
And
wow.
I don't like running a lot. I run these fingers, but I don't run a
Damn.
lot.
Damn.
But I'm working to fix that. I'm working to fix that, guys.
Hey, welcome to the club. I don't think anybody in semi pro likes to run. Nobody. I'm
Nope.
doing it right now just because I know I'm an old man and it's good for my cardiovascular health. Hate it. Hate running. Hate running. So
My best friend, she always tells me, if you don't run, watch when I get into a car and I'm driving towards you, and you're gonna see how fast you run. And I don't know. Now I'm convinced she's gonna actually do it, so I'm just gonna go run up this hill in case I turn around and see her in a car.
oh,
there you
well,
go.
hold on, back up. You're a mom and you're playing football?
Yes.
John, what are we doing wrong, my guy?
um
This woman is an iron woman, bro.
yeah, yeah, superwoman right here. She's amazing.
Shit.
So yeah,
Crazy.
really, really good stuff. Very impressive, and I know that like just keep doing what you're doing because I'm super impressed with it. I know that a lot of people they love what you're doing, and I think you're doing a lot for the league, which is great. You're getting revolutionizing the league. So keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I think it's awesome. So
For sure, for
um,
sure.
Yes.
what's the hardest part of being a mom and a football player?
Well, I'm gonna speak again. This is definitely me speaking from a mother's point of view, but I guess it'd be the mom No, no, it would be that actually. The hard part, there is no actual hard part to it when I actually sit here and think about it, because my kids are super excited. They like to go to school and tell their friends about it. I get I get parents who kind of sit there and be like, "Hey, my son said you did this." I'm like, "Yeah, that's true. I do." You know?
Uh,
So kids get excited about it. I like it for my kids. It's more beneficial because I feel like they make more friends. They're with kids their ages. I When it comes to balancing the two, I don't really see an issue.
I got a question. I got a question. If you would you let your kids play football, knowing what you know about football now as a mom?
Yeah,
Great answer. Great answer.
it builds
Great answer.
character,
Great answer.
doesn't it? It
So
does.
many moms are like, no matter what, if they get hurt on the concussion, I'm like, get a concussion
My
walking down the
kids
street.
hurt me.
There you go.
That's what this comes down to. They tell people call DCF on the parents for hitting these kids. No, I should be calling DCF on my kids. They be hitting me.
Oh
Hey, that
man,
is so true. So, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Corvu?
Corvo.
Corve, Corvo.
Corvo.
All right,
Oh, okay.
Corvo. I'll
John, you are
send it.
not good at people's names, man. You are.
Where do you guys get the L? I just want to know.
I'm from
Corval.
Boston. Corvu,
Is that really a
Corvo.
Boston thing?
I don't know. We put letters where they're not supposed to be. I mean,
Facts.
yeah. I parked my car.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah, we had this conversation 2 weeks ago. Facts.
probably. Yeah.
Situate is not a word.
Situate is a word, and
It's not a word.
we can yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
We'll go on. Yeah, we'll get on to other things right now. So the obviously the so what was when did you start playing football, and when did you get like the affinity? When did you get the passion to play? Like how old? What was the situation? Like what made you gravitate towards the football?
Me or
Yeah, you. Yeah.
oh, um. So I was going through a moment at that time where my family was actually separating, and I was struggling with it. I wasn't coping well. I was also going through postpartum psychosis, undiagnosed. So I was going through a lot of things. I was going through a lot. And that's when, again, the WFA came into play. I knew the coach, and, we used to be friends. And he was like, come play, come play. You used to wrestle. Why don't you go bring that over here? You already know wrestlers used to play football during off season. I'm like, you're not wrong, but I'm not in high school. And I'm
Yeah.
going through way too much. I'm busy crashing out right now. And he's like, please, we need you. We only got 10 players. If we don't, we're gonna have to fold. I said, you know what? I'll do it. I gave some conditions if I came, and they were all agreed to. And I ended up playing. And one day I ended up just breaking down on the field into complete tears during my situation. And they surrounded me. They didn't even know what I was going through. They didn't know me from a hole in the wall. They just embraced me through it all. And I just became the crash out of the WFA at that time, you know?
And
And going through the situation I was at home, getting it back together on my own while playing football, while, beating all the odds.
character,
That would
man,
be the
character,
hardest part of the parenting in my children in football. Was trying to
character.
figure out how to navigate through the emotional things I was going through and wanting to be this player that people are seeing in me. And then eventually that's when I realized I need to see it in myself. And then when I did start seeing it in myself, that's when I knew everything was gonna be fine. Everything's gonna straighten out. I'm actually doing great. And then next thing you know, life started coming together perfectly, and here I am today, a co-captain for the Boston Chargers, a wonderful mother to both my boys, a great role model for them as well, showing them that, you know, even because again, my youngest is also the smallest. My smallest will start to see, even being the smallest runt, you're gonna do something great. My oldest one is on the spectrum, so I get to show him being different
It's okay.
is okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
everyone else sees it as a girl's being with the boys. You know how that's how my kids see it. My mom's smaller and they're bigger, and they get to do it. My oldest is my mom's different too, and it's okay. They're not seeing the gender part; they're seeing that. No
Perfect.
kid, no. And again, I would never encourage anyone to go over here and start doing this thing. But
What's
No,
your
the boys, yeah, come over here. Go play semi pro.
you got a story. That's awesome. That's an awesome story, man. That's an
what's
awesome story.
what's the biggest challenge for you, do you think?
I guess it would be the ignorance, and that's a kind of a rude word. Now I'm going to stand on it. It's the ignorance behind me being here and assuming that I don't know
What you don't.
exactly what, yeah, the possibilities that come with it, what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Like, is she crazy? Is like did something happened to her growing up? Blah blah blah. Like she should go back to where she belongs. I've even had a ref. I finally got into a game um during the last season, and the refs literally took forever to start that kickoff because he was telling me, there's a women's league, right? You can go over
Um,
there, right? Why are you
wow.
over here? Like, I, I'm happy where
Wow.
I'm right where I belong, sir. Thank you. Trying to be calm because I'm thinking,
Wow.
what's going on here? Why are you doing this right now?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, all right, I'm not trying to be rude, but can we start this game? Don't flag me for that, but can we start?
Don't flag
Wow.
me.
Don't flag me. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to argue with a ref, but can we start?
that's tough. Yeah, that's a
You
good
know.
process.
So that it comes down to that. Like I do understand like there's injuries, but the way I see it, and obviously anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, but you can literally compare me to an 18-year-old fresh out of college, or you can compare me to a 38-year-old that just got off their couch just to play that one game for the day for the season.
Frazier. Just kidding.
Like
Bro,
those people are just, if you wanted to put this on a
straight.
liability, quote unquote, those two categories are just as much of a liability as I could be.
Yeah.
No, straight. You just shoot me with strays over here, bro. Just chill.
I
Just
got you. Sorry,
out of
man.
nowhere. Bow. God.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, 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 no,
Again, I do see what they're talking about, but I feel it's more looked at as gender. My strength is not compared.
So, as a female player, what are you looking for when you're picking to choose a team that you want to be on?
I mean, since going into my 5th year of football right now, I'm just looking at playtime and experience. Because how am I going to learn sitting on a sideline? How am I going to learn if I'm saying, hey, I want to try this position and I'm getting a chuckle rather than a, no, let's try it out? Or
no. I tell you what
I'm,
John's gonna say. I tell you what John's gonna say.
What?
so I was going to say, you can go here, here, and here, and
No,
here.
no, no. He's gonna say, just sit on the side and take mental reps. Mental reps are necessary. Mental reps to get in the game. Just take the mental reps.
I just say that to you because you keep telling me to put you in the game, so I had to sit you down a little bit.
Oh
So
no, no.
the
There's some games I won't go into, and I have valid reasons. Like if I can tell how serious a game is. Like let's say this game is like a really serious game, and I can see it physically, like
Yeah,
a rivalry. I don't mind. I'll sit there. Why?
yeah,
Because I understand. I will never
yeah.
force myself into a game that is too important.
Got you.
Now where I'm at now, with the Chargers, it's just like different. They never once made me feel that way
Yeah.
that's
where I
awesome.
had to sit to the side because a game's important or a
Yeah.
game is
Shout out to the
serious
Chargers,
and more
man.
than me.
Yeah, and
Shout out to the Chargers, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Tex. I'm not gonna cap. Shout out to Tex. Because he's created an environment where she's seen as a person, as a player,
mhm.
not a woman, not a mom. She's just a player. You can get on the field, you do what you need to do, you know the plays, you can get on the field. And that's what everybody wants. You know what I mean? Is there somebody better than you? Probably, whatever. But if he's creating the atmosphere over there where, hey, listen, you come, you show up, you come to practice, I'm gonna give you playing time. As a player, as a person, as somebody who has great knowledge of football, who can sit and watch a game and dissect plays, shout out to him, man. As a manager, as a leader, shout out to him because I know there's been some infighting going on in that situation, which we don't really need to bring up. But besides all that, for what he did with you, like the level of respect from me just went way up,
He
way
had
up
more
just
faith
because
in
of
me than I had in myself. And that's
yeah.
what
Shout out to Tex,
really is
shout out to
emphasized
Tex.
for me. Because
Uh,
like I said, I never saw myself playing tackle. I was
yeah,
looking at him like crazy. I'm too small. Because
uh,
again, that's what I came into this team from a different team, being
uh.
told that like I lost too much weight. It sucked.
So
I
so
was like, oh,
here's how do you how well do you know the game of football? Like how well do you think you are technique wise when you're playing tackle, defensive tackle?
I definitely feel I need more work in tackle, but I definitely know what I'm doing.
So one thing I always tell a D
It's
tackle
my
is
hands.
hands are the most important part of your game. And honestly, let's just say every day, get somebody, work with them, have them hold you, have them hold like this, and then someone they're holding you like this. You want to go up and grab, then down and grab. You do that 10 times a day, 50 times. That's 50 times a week. That means in 2 weeks you're gonna do it 100 times. It's gonna be like muscle memory. And the other thing I
Hmm.
tell people when like playing a D line is when you look at the chest, you want to see a steering wheel, right? So think of a steering wheel around the chest. And
Hmm.
what I mean by that is when you're doing that, you come down, you grab them, and you can turn them like a steering wheel. So when you're on them, you get your hands in their body. They're trying to get hands on you, but if you're in there, you can dictate which way you take that person. So
Unless you have people that hold. No
yeah,
teams to be
Well,
named.
if they hold, I'm just gonna dead weight, and
Let
now
me
I'm
tell you
gonna clog a
something.
hole.
Well, you're not wrong, but and again, this probably comes with the time and experience. I played a game where my chain, which I have, is pretty secure. It has gone nowhere since. I
Hmm.
had a guy literally hold my jersey was ripped in half, and my chain was gone. I was like, where's my chain? I mean, it's not expensive, but still, like it's momentous.
yeah,
I'm like, buddy, you held me so much. And again, he's just thinking about this, trying to move somebody, right? And then finding ways to manipulate it. Somebody's hands come, you got to knock them down. There's different things you can do, but I'm not going to get into it. But
Hmm.
at the tackle position, the one thing I hate about playing tackle is first, you have to be so low because you're getting up under alignment, right? And then you can dictate because linemen, they need leverage. Leverage is their biggest key factor. You, as a D lineman, you have to literally find a way to move them off their spot. And once you can move them off their spot, they're good. The problem is, I'm 6'3". The average lineman in this league is 5'9", 5'10". So for me to be that low, I'm like, bro, I got knees. I mean, I'm not Meg the Stallion, but you know what I mean? I'm not getting that low. It's just not going to happen for me. So it's counterintuitive for me when I'm up high now. They can beat me. But John is right. John is right. If that's a position you want, but my thing to you is I would say to you, find a position you love and fall in love with it. You know what I mean? If you fall in love and you know that position so well that nobody else can like dictate to you, you know what to do in every given situation, like that would be your position. I played safety, and I played safety from actually I only played safety actually. Oh wow, Barboza was the one I should switch to safety.
yep.
I switched to safety and semi-pro, and I played semi-pro, college, and I tried out for the NFL at safety. All three. I know and I love safety. You cannot tell me anybody who asks me like, yeah, I'm 6'2.5" now because I lost some like 242. Actually, no, 260. Sounds long, but anyways, I love playing safety. I'm playing college football. I'm playing safety, but that is my position. I love it, and I know everything about it. I know technique wise. I know what to look for. Everything. So
Yep.
my advice to you is just fall in love with that one position. And once you fall in love with that position, you'll know it so well. You start to be so secure that anywhere you go and anywhere you move, football is like this. Football, one position builds on the other. So if you know, let's say tackle, you can really kind of know end. You know what I'm saying? And if you know end, you can know linebacker. And if you know a linebacker, you can know a safety. And if you know safety, you can know a little bit of corner. It just takes, the weight
Yeah.
or
Like I've
technique or
been on the
whatever.
line pretty much my entire career. I've
Yeah,
never really played another position, obviously special teams,
yeah,
until literally last Saturday when I ran the ball. That was the first time I've ever actually played a whole different position
yeah.
altogether off the line.
How was that?
I It was awesome. I mean, obviously I didn't know what I was doing, but it was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And the fact that I even went somewhere was shocking. I mean, I saw the gap, and now that I'm looking back, I'm like, if only I just did not hesitate,
yeah.
I would have made that. I would have made that hole perfect.
There
But I
you
would have
go.
got hit eventually, but I definitely would have made
Yeah,
it further.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
seen it. I seen it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That's dope. That's
I
dope.
love the line. I love it. Like I got tunnel vision straight to that ball every time. Like there's
Okay.
nothing else that matters but that ball. Just like I guess I have to think like again wrestling for that because we were told to sit in our stances until a whistle blew. And we could
Okay.
be there for 5 minutes. We could be there for 2 minutes. We could be there the whole day. But
What got
we
you into
don't move
wrestling?
unless that whistle blew. So for me, that ball is all that matters.
What
Once
got
I
you
see
into
that ball
wrestling
moving,
at a
I'm moving.
John, am I on? You
Yeah,
can hear
you're
me,
on.
right?
Yeah, we got you.
What got you into wrestling? Like how did you was it your parents that pushed you into wrestling and how did that happen?
So I have how many brothers? I have 6 brothers in total, 4 biological, 2 stepbrothers.
Yeah.
So, me and my older brother, we always were in a competitive growing up. And, always fighting, and I'm always losing. You know how it is. The younger
Yeah?
one, the smaller one, you're going to lose every time. Well, I guess they were doing a recruiting at my high school at the time for high school wrestling. And I'm like, ew, the leotard's gross. And then I hear the beautiful words, I'll teach you how to finally beat your brother. Because my brother wrestled for that team
Yeah.
when he was in high school. And I looked over and I said, where's the paper?
That
And then I
That's
remember
awesome.
that so well. I played that first season. I was 106. Our last matches of the season. My brother's helping me practice, and I remember doing the most beautiful fireman's carry and the slammed him to the mat so hard the whole gym went silent. And I
that's
knew
dope.
then, like, yeah, yeah,
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
That
That's
is
yeah.
awesome.
I just been in contact sports.
gotcha.
I love
Gotcha.
that.
That's dope. That's good. That's good. I like that. John, we're gonna talk some ECFL because I want to know where everybody is now, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some ECFL.
Yes.
We've got all right. Last week we had the Bruins take on the Chargers, Bianca's own Charger team. Bianca, what happened there? So Bruins had a great game, and how'd you guys feel? What since you're here, we kind of want to have you elaborate because you had first hand knowledge of that game. So what happened?
I feel it was a great game on both parts. Even though, yes, we took a donut, we're going to take that straight to the chin as we've taken the rest. Never once have we complained about any of them. However, I definitely feel there was difference here. The difference is we finally were able to come together and be united as a team, And not only that, but these were 2 teams with both not very great records coming in for the equal goal. And you could tell this game was just fun at this point. It wasn't even a rough game where it's like, we need to win this. You could tell both sides were just like, you know what? Let's go into this and just go with heart. Win, loss, or draw, we're going in with heart. And you could see it from both sides, you know? The Bruins have an excellent organization, excellent ownership, excellent coaches, you know, as do we on our side. And that's why I feel this game just went really well. What could we have done better? I guess we just got to keep working. That's really what it comes down to, more work on our part. That's all.
And you what? That's the thing. You got the foundation. You're just gonna keep building upon it, and you'll
Yeah,
be
we do.
you guys will be fine. It's just it's sticking together,
Yeah.
building,
They have
and
to
really
also
growing.
realize, they have to also understand, this is still a new ownership altogether.
Yeah. Yep.
So any new ownership that comes in, it's always going to be a rocky season, always. But once you
Hmm.
get through that first couple of seasons and you get your grounding, your team will follow suit. I can always guarantee that.
Absolutely. Yep. So I know speaking of like people taking things way out of context, I know Shanton wish you guys like make sure you guys got safe. And wow, that went a whole different direction. And that's what I
It
mean
was it
by
was I really saw it as him being genuine. Like
he
I
is
can
he
understand where people seen it the wrong way, but Chanton's not that guy. He is
def,
not that guy to do
definitely
that. He was really being genuine. It was pouring real bad.
that brings it back to my whole disrespect culture where people they read things and they just feel disrespected. You must have been in like some type of mood and you've seen that like oh you can so like that stuff that I think players I always tell and I'm going to rant as like a father right now. I always tell
Oh my
people like
God, bro.
call me because things get blown way out of proportion when you get texting and all that stuff. And that's why I like even told my daughter yesterday. I was like, listen, just talk to people. There's an issue, talk to them. Like texting, like context, it can always come off the wrong way. And my wife and I have a little joke. And she's like, I'm always like, you don't know the context it was setting because she got in a big fight with somebody, but like to me it didn't sound like a big deal, but to her it was. So it was, yeah. So I always say you don't know the context, and that's kind of like that joke that we got. But yeah, so the Ducks. I don't know if you guys heard. So let's get into the Ducks game. So Bianca,
Yes.
you want to stay on with us and chat, or you want to bounce
Yeah.
off? Cool.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Any other questions here? Hopefully. Oh, I did have a question. They want to know: are you going to play in the summer league for any team? Do you think?
ECFL, no, I'm going into the NEFL for the summer. I know the
Mhm.
Cobras miss me so much. I'm only saying that loud because I haven't trolled them yet. This is my first one for them. Hi. But no, I'm gonna go play over there. Team wise, I think I'm gonna go Black Panthers.
Okay.
Yep, I see that they're starting up. I see possible like experiences not only for me but for the coaches as well and their ownerships. I think it's gonna be beneficial for both of us on that side. Me
All
coming
right.
in, so
I
Cool.
just asked why you trolling the Cobra. I don't know.
it's just a thing I've been doing. I don't. They do it too. Okay, they do it too.
Yeah.
We've
They
been.
do it
It's just
too.
been a thing for the last like 2 seasons.
Uh,
Yeah.
So there's a big rivalry. Well, there was a rivalry between the Wildcats and
oh
the Cobras for a long time because they were like top two teams. But now Wildcats are gone now.
yeah.
I think you want to go.
I'm gonna keep my
Let's
mouth shut.
yeah.
Keep my mouth shut.
Let's
Okay.
go. Like, I think we talk about the game that everybody wants to talk about, and that's the Ducks
Ducks,
and
Falcons,
the
baby.
Falcons.
Yes,
So
please. I didn't get to see that game honestly,
Frazier,
so
yeah, I want to get your take on it, Frazier. I don't know if this stat is correct, but I think 19 years of semi-pro experience.
that looks
So
pretty cool.
Even
yeah,
yeah, it's about that. That's about That's about
That's actually pretty cool.
yeah,
so
that's it.
how's what do you think about the Ducks Falcons game?
Hear me out. I had the I think I called it. I was like, if the Falcons show if the Ducks show up, it's a game. But if they don't, it's not gonna happen. Just like the previous week where I said if the Ducks showed up in New Hampshire, they're probably gonna win. The Ducks didn't show up for me this week. Granted, things happen, but you have to understand. And I said this. I think I said this last week. Right now, it comes down to consistency, right? And consistency is the key to winning. Can you be in and out every day consistent? And that's why my King of the Spring rankings were the way they were. I can't say anything right now, but the hotness, like I'm just like two teams that are just like hot. And again, Batch, don't be mad at me. But the Falcons and the Cardinals are heading to a head-on collision right now, based on the way they're playing. Okay, because the Cardinals are playing great football. They had a week off. Falcons, 100% without a shadow of a doubt, is playing exceptional football. People come to their house and they just shut them out. They're just like, yo, we're not playing. What's up? Come next. And they do it week in, week out consistently. You cannot, in anything you're doing in life, if a team's doing that, they have to be the best, and they are. Now, was I sad the Ducks lost? Low key, yeah, I was sad because those are my guys. I had them last week. They won. They proved me right. You know what I mean? But this week, again, not showing up with the players that you need to in a game. And that shows the importance of players. You know what I mean? If you are a player, you have to play for the man next to you. And part of playing for the man next to you is showing up for that man in the game that they need to show up for. They did not show up in that game. People, whatever situations, 13 people went to Connecticut. It's already a bad drive. And 13 people playing a 60-minute game is not going to be good. I don't care how many water breaks you have. It's just not going to be good because the team that has the players are going to outwork you. And fresh legs always wins. So
I do want to say this is they went with 13 players to the best defense in the league, and they put up points against them. I will say
I
that
guess
they balled.
I'm not. Again. Hear me out. If I hypothetical, let's hypothetical. Like let's hypothesize, whatever that word is.
Hypothetically,
If the if the Ducks showed up with everybody, do you think the game changes? Do you think the outcome is different?
if the Ducks show up with everybody, yes.
Yeah, outcome's
Yep.
different, right?
Yep.
Right. So at the end of the day, the Ducks who are the Ducks are who they are. It's just the people next to them made a decision not to show up. And that's
Right.
where you are. And that's where I think the Falcons are right now. Where in the beginning, people in the Falcons, people showed up, didn't show up, and now they're just kind of okay, we got something going. And they've tightened it up, and now they're starting to show up. So that's why I'm excited to see who's playing who and what's coming up in the next games, because this right now is going to be like, the Warhawks are going to be the one to either break it up, right? They are like the center. They literally, based on the hotness or the whatever you call it, the Warhawks can throw a wrench in everybody's party. You know what I mean? Because right now they're sitting at 2, and I think based on how the Cardinals are playing, they are eventually going to jump past the Warhawks. I don't know if the game's coming up. I don't know the schedule and how it's going to play out.
So
But I'm
this
looking at.
the
Go ahead.
rankings, pretty much everything is set in place. So 3 is going to be
Yeah.
Cardinals, 4 is going to be the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Right.
That's set. Nothing you can do about that. Now, the winner of this game, they have the CT Falcons traveling like 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know how long that travel is
Warhawks.
to the Warhawks. Falcons are playing the Warhawks in the Dome. Now,
No.
Falcons have traveled well all year. Warhawks have lost them at home before, but that winner of that game is going to determine the 1 seed. So no matter what, the Falcons and the Warhawks have a home game on May 17th for the playoffs, and then on the 24th, whoever wins this game is going to be the number 1 seed, potentially hosting the championship game on the 24th. So that
This
right
game,
there.
this is game of the week right here.
Oh, this is a game of the year. It's got to be. It's not
This
1 versus 2.
yeah.
It's like
This is a preview. It's a preview.
It's the East versus West and man versus man. Or woman. Sorry. And it's that's my bad dad joke. I'm sorry. It's the I'm singing the song from Rocky 4. Is it
Oh my
East
God.
versus West? Oh man. Anyways, I can't sing. So Bianca has no clue what Rocky is, probably because she's like
Excuse
super young.
me.
So I mean,
Don't do me like that.
you
okay?
were well. Rocky did come, and they had like Rocky 27, I think, just recently. So, have you watched all? Have you watched all the Rockies? Have you seen like Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4?
I've watched the older ones, not the new ones.
Okay, which one's your favorite?
Oh, let's say the third one.
Okay, 3 is my favorite too. Most people say 4, and it's like 3 is so much better.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack of 4 is like the best. I used to, believe it or not, I used to work
Easily.
out.
Rocky 4. I would honestly go to Rocky 4. That's just me. Again, you have to understand. Also, I came from Jamaica too, so you got to kind of
You gotta put that into play here.
yeah. My level of film watching and understanding like the American viewing of movies and TV and stuff like that. Like the first show I came, my friends, they were like, "Yo, you ever seen Shutters?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "No, I've never seen that." So when I watched it and I heard the fake Jamaican accent, I got like halfway through and I was like, "I'm done. I'm done.
Do I have
I'm just done."
Oh.
Because it's like, to me, it's like a turn. That's like me going to a restaurant, like Cheesecake Factory. You go to Cheesecake Factory and they have jerk chicken. I will never order that. Just out of principle, I will never order that because like this is just wrong. Just the whole mindset is wrong. But anyways, yeah. But again, Rocky 4 is that's my favorite. So if this game, you
got Donahue. You got Donahue versus Batchelder, Donahue. The biggest, what I feel, is that people aren't talking about, and I think we haven't talked about it as much, is the running game for these two teams. You got
CT's running game is crazy though, bro.
No, well, Dennis Coleman for the Falcons, in my opinion, he goes both ways. He's fast, he's agile, he's amazing. But this Torrey Wallace dude, I hope I got his name right, Torrey from number 23 for the Warhawks, he's a beast. He's something to look out for. And I watched him the first game, and I was like, this kid's good, but he wasn't playing as many downs when he played the Cardinals, but he's kind of won that position. And he's like being that guy now, so it's very cool.
So here's why I think the game's gonna be won. The game's gonna be won on the outside. Receivers are gonna win the game.
You think so?
Here's why. Both teams have good defenses.
Yep.
We know that. Both teams have good quarterbacks. We know that. Both teams have good running backs. We know that.
Yep.
Special teams is it's meh.
Yeah.
It's special teams.
Yep.
Receivers, the Warhawks got exposed by the Ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Got exposed by the Ducks. They have never been exposed like that ever before. If CT's receivers go there and expose them like they did, and they throw the ball, which you're expecting them, I'm saying if I'm the Warhawks, I'm gonna play for the run as opposed to the pass. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the strength. That's the strength of CT. The strength is a good quarterback with a great running back. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Batch has a great running back with good receivers. So it's going to be one on the outside. So hear me out. I'm going to make a prediction. I did it last time. I was good. CT is going to win if their receivers show up. If they have no receivers, the Warhawks are going to take the dub. That's my prediction.
Can I just
now they're watching, making sure they show up.
Can I just say this? I love your predictions. You're like, this is going to happen unless this happens. That's going to happen.
Man, I'm protecting myself. Listen, I'm protecting myself.
It's like the weatherman. The weatherman going, it's going to rain unless the clouds don't come. It's not going to rain.
Oh, bro, I know. But it's the same thing I said about the Ducks, though. It's the same thing I said about the Ducks. The Ducks showed up. So I'm giving the edge to the Falcons. I'm giving the edge to the Falcons because I think they have better receivers.
So I think this kid Cahill for the Falcons is a really, really good receiver. He's tall, he's quick. And Donahue, I think, likes him a lot. So he's definitely a good player. As for receivers, I know that the things like Hasserman or Basserman. Do you know the players' names at all, Bianca?
For which
for
the
Warhawks?
Warhawks.
The Warhawks?
Yeah, it's like a Hasserman or something like
you
that.
You really want to ask me that question?
85 or something like that, I think. I'm actually Googling it right now. I'm going to look. No, 85 Simpson. So Tyler Hicks is a good tight end. They have a good tight end. Is it 80?
The only person I know from the Warhawks is Greg.
Mason Kasserman is the one that I liked. I liked him a lot.
Okay.
He looks like a good player. They also have Tyler Hicks, is a good tight end. He's one of the better tight ends. Simpson's good. Greg Simpson, another one. So they have good receivers. But I still think the best receiver out of that group,
it's gonna be
Cahill.
I'm gonna give it to CT, man. I'm gonna give it to CT.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it to CT. So now let's play this there. If the Warhawks lose, they're still in second because they'll be what 5-2.
5-2. They'll Cardinals be 5-2, but the Warhawks beat the Cardinals. So Cardinals.
So they'll still stay in second.
Correct. Yep.
And then, so the playoffs would be 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. One plays 4, 2 plays 3.
We 2 plays 3. Right. Yes. So, yes. Let's make sure. Right. Okay.
And so that's that.
Oof. Yeah. So I give it to CT.
All right.
Shout out to the boys
you're
at CT.
such a hater, isn't he, Batch? I know you're watching. So
I'm not. I don't listen. When Batch started out when he started out the season, he had the credit.
Tight end.
But once you got exposed like that with the receiving core, I'm like, bro, I can't.
Hey,
can't just, you know what I mean?
Batch, I thought
they just got exposed, man.
Isn't 86 a tight end, Tyler Hicks? I know you're on here, Batch. I just talking about you, and I just
still got love, but I mean, as an analyst,
I miss.
Look at you trying to defend yourself now.
Hey, I think Batch. So right now, if the season ended right now, the King of the Spring, which we're gonna get into in a second, there's 4, in my opinion. There's 5 nominations. You've got Coleman, Donahue, Batch, Cologne, and Dutchy still. Like, those are the 5 nominations of that. I think all 5 of them have had a hell of a spring.
100%. I agree 100%.
This week, and like, the reason Coleman stands out a lot to me is that kid, he can do everything he does defense, offense, like the guys, just like Cologne, he's been everywhere as well.
Yeah.
Now, they don't have a game, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Where Cologne kind of fell off when he played teams like the Cardinals and the Falcons.
Listen, if you can't show up on the big stage, bro, you know what I mean? Like,
But he showed up against the Ducks against Dutchy. That was a big
again,
matchup.
that was probably one of his
But
better ones. But I'm just saying.
now the Ducks aren't even a playoff team. So who do you show up
So
against?
you gotta drop him to like 4 or 5. You know what I mean?
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I want to see because if Donahue, Batch, and if Donahue, Batch, and Coleman all have an awful game, then maybe they move up. Like it's a 7-game season. It's going to be.
Bro, if you're not, I'm of the mindset. If you're not getting the views, if you're not there when it's prime time, you got to fall back.
I
You
agree.
have to take a step back in rankings because for me, you've earned the right to be where you are right now. I'm gonna tell you, my king, it's Donahue for sure. One, uh, Jesus, I'm gonna have to say Batch second, Coleman, Dutchy, and Cologne.
So
See, I would
That's
put be Donahue first, Dutchy. Man,
so here's my
that's
take on Donahue, and I love him. I think he's doing a great job, and he's up there, and he's doing really good. But I'm watching each game, and they focus a lot on the run game. Like they're playing smart football, so that's not his fault for not. But he steps up when he needs to. But when he played the Cardinals, the third best team, the best team besides the two that we're gonna see, he didn't put up any points. Now, granted, it was week one; the conditions were awful. I got to give him that. But Batch, that was week two. But Batch on week one in the freezing cold weather put up 16 points, 15 points. That's
I have a
something that
question.
is always
I have
going
a
to be in
question.
my head with that. Yeah,
I have a question. What was the score when the Falcons played the Cardinals? What was the score?
2-0.
Okay. If we are all judged on how we start things in life, a lot of us would be failing. I'm just gonna say that, and
yep.
I'm gonna step back. You feel me? If we all judge that way, I'm talking right now. If you are to take a team and you want to have a quarterback at the most important position, you talk about Shador Sanders, all these guys getting drafted, Cam Ward. The most important position on the field, you need a leader, a man who's going to go out there and do the right thing, put people in the right place to win. And again, Batch, I'm not saying you're not that guy, but based on the record that I'm looking at, there's one man that has never lost, then there's the man who's lost. Who am I going to go with? I'm going with the man who's never lost.
They haven't played each other yet, though.
But okay, now,
So,
now, if Batch outplays him this game, it's a different conversation
so
we have to have.
let me tell
Until the
you.
game has happened.
Let me tell you my scenario on this, and Bianca,
Yeah.
let me know what you think too, because I'd love to hear this. You think Donahue right now, Bianca? Is that kind of your number one?
Yep.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to reveal something.
Now she said Batch. Take hold. You got to hold. Stand on business. You said Batch is the one you had. You didn't take my man
Who, me?
Donahue. No,
Oh,
Bianca.
yeah. So
She took Batch.
No, I did not.
here's
I said
no. She said Donahue.
Donahue.
Oh, you did.
So
Yes.
here's my
Okay.
take, and Batch just
Oh,
said it
no.
online. It's a team game, right? And he's a team guy.
For
It's a
sure.
team game
100%.
guy. So
100%.
Just a
totally
heads up,
understand
guys.
that.
My phone might shut down.
Okay,
Yeah, I
we'll
got
be super
10%.
quick. The reason why, you're kind of like me now, Bianca. Phone dying. We're used to that.
Bro,
You'll be good.
I have 10%, just to let you know right now.
All
So
right,
Look at
we
us.
ride.
we'll be
Okay.
super quick. So Batch is the one thing holding him back is he makes some bad interceptions, throws some bad interceptions throughout the season. With Donahue, I don't think has thrown an interception all year.
So thank you for making my point.
That right there is a big thing. So I'm gonna have to see this game. Batch has to show up. The team has to show up.
For
They have
sure.
to play.
For sure.
If Batch can show
Because
that he can do
because
it,
they're both. That's quarterback versus quarterback. Yeah.
it's gonna be.
Yeah.
This is the game that's gonna
Yeah, sure.
tell. As much as
Yeah.
I love Dutchy, he did great. Cologne's been great. I just think Cologne kind of fell off to his last few games of the season. It's gonna be interesting to see. But I do have, since we have a king of the spring, we have some nominations for the queen of the spring. And Bianca, you've so far the only nomination for that because you're the only queen. So it's kind of like a. I don't know. I just made that up. Sorry if that's not funny. So
I can't. I just can't. Yo, I can't believe I'm listening to like this is not real life right now.
Yeah.
Well, come on. I know. That's my
Shout
my
out to you, Bianca. Shout out to you. You're definitely honestly. I'm gonna make up an award, and this is called what was the award I used to get? What I won it like twice, and you give it to Frank
Hurricane Award. It was called the
Hurricane Award.
Hurricane Award. Yeah.
So,
At this
but we
point,
got
since the Trailblazer word is the one, it should just be the Trailblazer.
no.
I love it. I
She
think we just lost her.
she just lost her. We just lost her. Her phone died. I
I'm gonna
think
need a.
she's
Hold on,
more than a
Frazier.
trailblazer.
All right,
Now her
gotcha.
phone died. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in both sections.
I know. That's pretty
Um,
cool. I'll switch it up. So
nah, that's good. But I think we need to give her like there needs to be like I won't say courage award
a
like
Trailblazer.
an Iron Man like an Iron Man award. Yeah, either Trailblazer or Iron Man award,
Oh,
something
I
like
think
that.
it was called Iron Man actually, not the
Yeah, it's like Iron
Hurricane.
Man award.
It
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
Iron Man. Yeah. Now you
yeah,
said
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because she's doing it. And
Yeah.
just and this is not just how some people make up awards just because of an award. They're like, oh my god, I feel. No, this girl is doing life, and football is her escape, and she's like, come hell or high water, I'm gonna put everything into this game of football.
Yeah.
There's dudes in semi-pro that don't do as much as she does and couldn't juggle as much as she has right now. Probably she has a job, two children, spectrum, practice, working out, football. I'm not saying dudes we don't have the same thing. You know what I mean? I
Yep.
know a couple dudes out here doing the same exact thing, but for her to be doing it and being an underdog in football, yeah, we got to make up an award. She may get it this year, and then somebody else gets it next year
Yeah.
because we understand the mental and toughness it takes to get to this point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
Hold on. I gotta hear this. This is Angela because I listen. He's Angela here. I'll listen to him until I fire him. By the way, as someone who had watched film of both these guys to figure out how to defend an offense, I think Batchelder is the leader QB to game plan against. All right, and then come watch one of the women's leagues. I will definitely, Marina. I was actually saying that I want to come watch some of the female games.
when are the women's leagues? When
I
is
think they just kicked off. I saw New Hampshire. Marina, when's the game season kickoff? Do you guys just have a game? I thought
New
I saw some
Hampshire's a
pictures and stuff. Yeah,
troop? Troop.
yeah. So she said it's coming. There'll be a bunch like them. So I definitely want to get into that. I kind of want to. If you guys get it filmed, let me know because I don't know if you guys seen. And I'm going to do a shameless plug here. I created an
Hmm.
ECFL network. So
Shameless.
it's going to
Shameless.
be a channel that's going to have a bunch of educational stuff about football. It's going to be a channel. I did a chalk talk on Wednesday nights. I'm going to do like it's not going to be live. They're in week 1 right now. So week 3. Wow, my eyes are going. Game Saturday in Lawrence. I'm not going to be able to make the Saturday because, anyways, actually I might be able to.
We got to make. I want to pull up. Hey,
Yeah,
can I get sideline passes? I just want to know. Can I get
yeah,
sideline?
right?
Can I get? Yo, can I get sideline passes? This
Yeah.
Saturday stuff. If I can get sideline passes, holler at me with a game. John, we're going.
All
You're
right,
driving. No, I'll
Marina, try
drive.
to.
You go.
why can't I drive? You might go my
No,
Kia.
I'm good. I'm
So,
good.
Marina, can we get some sideline passes? I mean,
Yeah,
I'll love it here.
holler at your boy. Let me see what
Yeah,
you can do for me.
let us know. But one
I'll
thing
pull
I'm
up to
doing
the sideline.
with the ECFL network, I'm trying to give educational stuff to it. And I know Bianca said her phone died. I know.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah,
But overheated, didn't die. It overheated. Oh boy.
overheated.
But I do want to thank Bianca for coming out today, and I thought it was awesome. She's amazing, and I love the fact that she's doing what she's doing. And for people who think that I can't hit a girl, she knows what she's doing. She's here to play. She puts the pads on. I used to tell the team it doesn't matter who we're facing, the faceless opponents. She wouldn't have signed up if she didn't want to get hit, and that's it. So you go out there, play football. She wants to play football. It's disrespectful if you sit there and be like, I don't want to hit her because she's a girl. I'm sorry. That's like, it's. How do you feel about that, Frazier, as a player?
I wouldn't do it. Knowing how I hit, I couldn't do it. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like me personally, like if if she's playing running back and I see her in the hole, I would honestly probably like hold up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, oh snap.
Yeah,
But
I would
knowing
hit,
knowing
but
what
hold
I
up.
do, how I hit,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. No,
I'll run water for you guys. That'd be awesome.
no. Was Frazier on a PA? What?
I don't know what that meant. You being in the PA,
That
probably
was
it wasn't.
21. No, I was not. I've never done it. I want to do it though. Play by play. I want to do it. It'll be lit.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think that's so yeah, the ECFL network. I was talking about that before. We got sidetracked. Is we're gonna have all of our games on there. I'm gonna do like segments. If anybody that is out here that wants to put any content on that is relevant to football, like let me know. I'll throw it on there for you. Like it's a channel. I have it. It's up and running. I'm gonna have it'll be on Roku probably about a week or two. I'm still working on that, so you can actually download our app, ECFL Network, on Roku and have an on-demand system where you can watch any show that we have on there. So I'm just trying to kick this up a notch. I don't know if you've checked it out yet, Frazier, but it's
I did. I did.
some
Shout out
something
to you
that
for doing a great job, man.
yeah, just something that like
You
hey,
are.
it's here. So
One thing I've always loved about you is you're always looking for ways to do more and innovate, and you know what I mean, bring things forward that people don't think about. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And just thinking outside the box. I think that's why we get along so well. It's like our ideas are always outside the box for different things. You
yeah,
know? And so but you even coming up with a channel that you can put, I mean, you can probably pull up some old outlaw highlights, put your boy on there for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but no, I'm just joking.
uh,
Well, pull up some, highlights, some games that people have been played. And a lot of times people don't want to go to YouTube to watch games because they have to Google it. They can just go to the channel and boom,
yeah,
that game is there. Because I mean, personally, I like to go back and look at some film. Maybe
yeah.
it's slightly delusional, but
And
it's
that's
always good
yeah,
to see how you play.
it's great. It's there. I'm gonna be doing a chalk talk segment every week to try to just educate in football. Because I just love coaching so much. Frazier would catch a body. I've seen you murder people across the middle. I have
That's
too firsthand seen you for the only game I think I've ever
that's
played against you. You broke a dude's leg and ended his football career.
that's the
So
only time you played against me. That's the
yeah,
only time we played against each other. Right?
yep,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
yep. That's because
yeah.
I left and went to a different team, and you stayed like
Yeah.
a committed person, and then you realize then you saw the light.
Listen, man. Listen. At the end of the day, that play was Jimmy trying to taunt me. I blame Jimmy for that, man.
I
I
blame
blame
Jimmy too.
Jimmy. I blame him for that because he looked and stared me down. He's like, "You're not going to do this." I'm like, "Bro, this is not what you're doing right now.
Yep.
You're going to do this."
90 Malcolm, 90
No.
Malcolm.
Pop, ambulance. That was the first time I think I had a concussion.
Really?
I've
From
never I've
from the
never
hit?
felt that way. I hit him hard. I got up. I celebrated, and then I walked off. I'm like, I think I have a concussion.
Wow.
Nah, I'm good. 2 plays later, I was back in. That's the
There you
only
go.
time I've ever been like, wow. But that was a hit though, bro. Like I took
Yeah,
crazy
it
work.
was. That
Anyways,
was
man,
that was tough. So, but
we're back at it again. Hey, listen, I want to tell you something. Not for nothing, and people may not think about it, but I'm proud of you. We've been doing this for like 4 or 5 weeks. We've had ups, we've had downs, but you have stayed committed to this. You have gone on vMix. You've gotten things. You spend hours and hours and hours just like you normally do with this. A lot of people may not appreciate what is being done right now, but they're going to look back and see down the road how much you did to get to where we are. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, he's just all shine, but nobody remembered now when we're grinding doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I just
yep.
want to let you know, man, as the guy who just comes on and talks trash with you every once in a while, man, I'm definitely proud to be a part of this thing, man. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but I'm gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. So
Love
you
it,
know,
man. And thank you for doing this. I have a blast doing it every week. I look forward to it. It's something I definitely and I have the volume thing set up now so I can switch things and you're not gonna be muted.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
you
yeah,
came on
yeah.
late and I forgot to push the button
I
to make
know,
you not
I know.
switch. So but
I
I'm
was
like
late, like I'm through games. I was late,
yeah,
like I went to games, but it was
but
a family matter, though. Family matter. I can
I'm
see my son in the window, bro. I can see my kid in the window.
I
Hold
don't
on,
the
Carolyn.
background's gonna yeah.
Oh, it's gonna go away. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, the back. I only see
bro,
the
my
background, so I can't see. I won't be able to see
my
him.
kid is in the window, bro. Oh my god, bro. I feel like you and Owen now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. But
Oh my
I got a
god.
new green screen now, so I can do this stuff.
Yeah, I see it.
So
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
looks
yeah. I see
here.
it. I
I
see it. I
got
see it.
my camera. It just gave me. I had to learn what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing week 1 and
I
week
got you.
5. So, but
I
get
got you.
better. And now I'm going forward. I'm gonna be doing. And if you guys have anything you want to see on the ECFL network or the podcast, hit me up. Let me know what we can do better because we're always looking to improve, always looking to get better. Also, like, subscribe, follow us always makes us better.
Can you
Other
make
things
the
about
two side banners here say like I don't know, like something cool about me?
the two
You know,
side
in the little
banners.
windows, the two
So
windows. Yeah,
so if you turn your phone sideways, that's
I
how it's
just see
supposed to
my
be.
big.
So
Oh, I just saw my big ass head.
so that's how it's supposed to be. But going forward, you'll be
uh,
back on your computer, man. But
yeah,
thank you.
nah, man. I'm away with my son, man, and I mean, I still have to hop on.
Yeah,
Listen, like I said, it's the consistency. You know what I mean? Like if we're
yeah,
consistent what we're doing, like no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, if we got to log on from our phone to be like, hey, it's gonna be on Skype or record and send it, whatever. And I didn't want to miss it, even though I was late. I'm still gonna show up. So that's one thing. Every Thursday night from now on, no matter, I will be on vacation, but I'll still show up.
if we have a vacation, take a vacation. Don't show up, please. And
No,
like
no, no,
same
I'm gonna
thing,
show up.
don't show up.
So
If we have a
I'm gonna
vacation,
show
we
up.
can take a week off.
No, no, no,
But
no, no. My girl understands. She knows the vibe. She knows vibes. She knows vibes.
okay. I'm just saying, if I'm on
She knows
vacation,
vibes.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
live ECFL network coverage at the chip game. That's 100% going to happen. Batch, don't worry that we're going to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, and Bianca says she owes Marina CT ambush a season. All right, I love that. And cool. I'm just trying to see first year Kane, but I legitimately thought you had killed the dude. Yep. I thought you killed many dudes too before.
Yeah.
I'm reading all the
Nice.
comments. So, anyways, I know your phone's gonna die. You got your kids, man. Thank you,
Kid.
Sorry, kid.
You have kids.
I have kids. Yeah. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I think this is. I'm trying to give it visually. I think I did a good job visually trying to do
Phenomenal.
things
Phenomenal
today.
job, my guy. Phenomenal
And
job.
we're gonna keep getting better and keep doing this. And like I said, for you guys, I can't do without the fans that are watching. So please like, subscribe, let me know
Yeah.
what we can do
Awesome.
better.
Yeah.
And
Appreciate you guys showing up every week, man. Everybody.
yeah,
And I think we should start having people on.
we're going to. Yeah, that's a new
Start
thing.
having some people on.
I want to get
Maybe
Batch
like
on next week.
yeah, see when when the drama's going on in the forum, maybe bring one or two people on to see how.
Yeah. So I
All
was
right.
thinking about doing
Can I
like
just finish up? Can I just finish this up? And
yeah,
I'll be
1 minute. 1 minute.
all right.
We're good.
All right.
All right, Frazier. Okay, let's go.
All right, man. Take care, bro. Have a good night, man.
All right. Well, thank you so much for everything, man. I appreciate you. You've been great, instrumental to this. And for all you guys watching, thank you for watching. Jump on next week, same time, same place. Let's have fun. Stay safe out there. Let's be respectful. And we'll talk to you guys later on.
All right.
Awesome. Later, man.
Thanks.
I gotta play my music now, don't I? I love this music stuff that I do. The problem is I lost it. Here we go. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Stadium lights glisten like disco balls. Quarterback flows dodging D-line walls. End zone dreams in the hearts of teams. Hustle on the field, ain't no in-betweens. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes. Echo, cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd in trances, game time magic, endless chances. As the football spirals, fate unravels, heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes, echo. Coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand, grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders in scopes, victory's a taste, better than a rope. Cheers rain loud, pride in the crowd, moments freeze, memories are vowed. Helmet to helmet, clash and conquer, legends born, others left to ponder. As the football spirals, fate unravels, heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes, echo. Come on, cleats dig deep, turf beneath. Receivers leap like a midnight thief. Touchdown dances, crowd in trances. Game time magic, endless chances. As the football spirals, fate unravels. Heartbeats sink, players travel. Grind don't stop, whistle blows echo. Field warriors, the heroes, echo. coaches with plans, plays drawn in sand. Grit and sweat, team tighter than a band. Hail Mary hopes, defenders and scopes. Victory's a taste, better than a rope.